Hello, my name is Josepan Ganwong. Student ID is 653648084. So we will introduce the internet. So the objective, we introduce the RANs and WANs and show that the internet is the combination of these networks. We introduce the concept of protocol layering to show how the tasks to be done by the internet is divided to smaller tasks. We also discuss TCP/IP protocol suite and show the duty of each layer. We give the brief history of the internet. We introduce the administration of the internet and define the standard and their lifetime. Overview. We start our journey by first defining a network. We then show how we can connect networks to create small internetworks. Finally, we show the structure of the internet and open the gate to study the internet in the next 10 chapters. The network. A network is the interconnection of the set of devices capable of communication in then defined definitions. A device can be a host, such as the large computer, desktop, laptop, workstation, cellular phone, or security system. A device in this definition can also be a connecting device, such as a router, a switch, a modem that changes the form of data, and so on. So in this picture, it shows an isolated land in the past and today. So in picture A, land with a common cables, and B is land with a switch. And this picture is a point-to-point WAN. Have a connecting device and the connecting medium is connecting together. And the topology type, it have point-to-point, bus, ring, star, tree, mesh, and hybrid. So in this picture is a switch WAN. The switch WAN is used in the backbone of global communication. And internet network made of 2 LANs and 1 WAN. So in this picture is the internet network or the internet. In this picture is a heterogeneous network made of WANs and LANs. So it is like this. Switching. An internet is the switch network in which a switch connects at least 2 links together. A switch needs to forward data from a link to another link when required. This picture is the circuit switch network, and a dedicated connection called a circuit available between the two end system. The switch is make it active or inactive. First case is fully used in second case is 1/4. And this is a packet switch network. The switch function is storing and forwarding. The internet. The internet is the most notable internet is called the internet, and is composed of thousands of interconnected networks. Figure 1.8 shows the conceptual, not geographical view of the internet. So in the internet today is have a backbones to connecting about provider network and into the customer. So a internet service provider or ISPs is the internet today. Accepting the internet. The internet today is the internet network that allows any user to become part of it. The user, however, needs to be physically connected to an ISP. The physical connection is normally done through a point-to-point WANs. In this section, we briefly describe how it can happen, but we postpone the technical detail of the connection until chapter 6 and 7. Accepting is using telephone network with a door of service or DSL, using cable network, using wireless network or direct connection. So the hardware and software. We have given the overview of the internet structure. For communication to happen, we need both hardware and software. It is similar to a complex computation in which we need both a computer and a program. In the next section, we show how this communication of hardware and software are coordinated with each other using protocol layering. With protocol layering, a word we hear all the time when we need about the internet is protocol. A protocol defines the rules that both the sender and receiver and all determinate device need to follow to be able to communicate effectively. When communication is simple, we need only one simple protocol. When the communication is complex, we need a protocol at each layer of protocol layering. Scenarios. Let's develop two simple scenarios to better understand the need for protocol layering. It have first, second principle of protocol layering and logical connections. So in this picture is a single layer protocol. The set of rules is like agree, confine, refrain, dialogue, and exchange. It have another two protocol and connecting together. In this picture is the 3-layer protocol. It have a encrypt and send mail or receive mail. So protocol layering enables us to divide a complex task into several small and simple tasks. Modularity, independent layers, black box with inputs and output. Advantage, separate the service from the implementation or intermediate system. In this picture is the logical connection between peer layer. So in this is connection with layer-to-layer communication. TCP/IP protocol suite is used in the internet today. It's a hierarchical protocol made up of interactive modules, each of which provide a specific functionality. The term hierarchical means that each upper level protocol is supported by the service provided by one or more lower level protocols. The original TCP/IP protocol suite was defined as 4 software layers built upon the hardware today. However, TCP/IP is thought of as a 5-layer model. So, in the 5-layer model, it have a application, transport, network, data link, and physical. So, in TCP/IP protocol suite, it have a encapsulation and decapsulation, addressing or multiplexing and demultiplexing. So in this picture is the layer of TCP/IP protocol suite. So it have an application, transport, internet, data link, and physical. In this picture is the communication thought and the internet. So this is the architecture of the internet. and lower picture is the communication from A to B. In another is this logical connection between layer in TCP/IP. So logical connections is have a source host and link into destination host. But the data link it have a switch and router between source and destination. Data link and physical. So identical object in the TCP/IP protocol suite, we have no show switch because they don't change object. So it have a link from application to transport network data link physical and into the switch and back to the physical data link network that transport an application. So the router may fragment the package at the network layer and sends more packets than received. So this picture is the encapsulation and decapsulation like this. Addressing in the TCP/IP protocol suite, each layer is have a packet names and address by each other. Like application layer is have a packet names like message and address is names. So it's like this picture. Multiplexing and the multiplexing is different by link. So in multiplexing at source, it have a FTP, HTTP link into TCP and into IP. But in the multiplexing, is the IP into the TCP and link into FTP and HTTP. Yeah. The OSI model, established in 1947, ISO is the multinational body dedicated to worldwide agreement on international standards, and ISO standard that cover all aspects of network communication is the open system interconnection model. It was first introduced into late 1970s. So the OSI model is have a 7 layer like this picture. It's different about OSI model and TCP/IP protocol suite. In application, in OSI model it have 3 layers. It's application, presentation, and session. So the internet history. Now that we have given an overview of the internet and its protocol, let us give a brief history of internet. This brief history makes it clear how the internet has evolved from a private network to the global one in less than 40 years. Early history. There were some communication with networks such as telegraph or telephone networks. Before 1960, these networks were suitable for constant rate communication at that time, which means that after a connection was made between 2 users, the encoded message or voice could be exchanged. Birth of the Internet. In 1972, Winchef and both of whom were part of the ARPANET group, collaborate on what they call the Interneting project. They want to link these similar networks so that a host of the one network could be communicated with a host on another. There were many problems to overcome: diverse packet size, diverse interface, and diverse transmission rates, as well as differing reliable requirements. So today we witness a rapid growth both in the infrastructure and new applications. The internet today is a set of peer networks that provide service to whole world. What has made the internet so popular in the invention of new applications? Standard and administration. In the discussion of the internet and its protocol, we often see a reference to a standard or an administration entity. In this section, we introduce these standards and administration entities for those readers that are not familiar with them. The section can be skipped if the reader is familiar with them. The Internet Standard is the thoroughly test specification that is useful to and adhered to by those who work with the Internet. It is a formalized regulation that must be followed. There is a strict procedure by which a specification attains Internet standard status. A specification begins as an Internet draft. So, in Internet standard, it have a maturity level, like proposed standard, draft standard, Internet standard, historic, experimental, and informational. And the requirement levels, it have a required, recommended, elective, limit, rules, and not recommended. So in this picture, it have a maturity level of an RFC. The Internet with its rules, primarily in the research domain, has evolved and gained a broader use base with significant commercial activity. Various groups that coordinate Internet issue that guide this growth and development. Appendix D gives the addresses, email addresses, and telephone numbers for some of these groups. So it have a ISOC, IAB, IETF, IANA, and ICANN. Also the Network Information Center or NIC. So in this picture, it have a Internet administration. So in summary, a network is a set of devices connected by communication links. The Internet today is made up of many wide and local area networks joined by connecting devices and switching stations. Most end users who want Internet connection use the service of Internet Service Provider or ISPs. There are backbone ISP, regional ISP, and local ISP. A protocol is the set of rules that govern communication in protocol layering. We need to follow two principles to provide bidirectional communication. First, each layer needs to perform two opposite tasks. Second, two objects under each layer at both sides should be identical. TCP/IP is the hierarchical protocol suite made of 5 layers: application, transport, network, data link, and physical. In history of Internet working started with Opera. In the mid-1960s, the birth of the Internet can be associated with the work of Cerf and Kant. Can be invented of a gateway to connect networks. The network administration has evolved with the internet. We discussed ISOC, IAB, IETF, IRTF, ICANN, and NIC. An internet standard is the Dolly Test Specification. An internet draft is a working document with no official status and a 6-month lifetime. A draft may be published as a request for comment. RFCs go to maturity levels and are categorized according to their requirement level. Thank you.